Well, hello there, this is he who knows 10,000 games. And I'm back with some more Diablo 4 news. The quarterly update has been released and I would like for us to get caught up with it. First of all, I would like to say that if what I read is true and if they make good on their word, the future of Diablo 4 could be very bright indeed. I still have some small issues, but nothing too problematic. So I would like to say that, given time, I may yet change my mind about purchasing D4, since I do not believe that they would make such a huge quarterly update and make it all filled with lies. There doesn't seem to be much room for misdirections or misunderstandings this time around, so I'm starting to lean towards a bit more optimistic attitude when it comes to D4. Now, I would just like to clarify another thing. Uh, I have read this and heard it a couple of times, and I just wanted to be clear when it comes to my comments on the game and Activision Blizzard. I do not think the teams are directly responsible for what is being said or done with the games. Sure, they have the most involvement when it comes to game creation, i.e., they actually are the ones who create the game, but my issue is with the people above the teams. Because I am pretty sure that no studio head or team leader can just come out willy-nilly and write a post on whatever they like. I am fairly certain that the post needs to be approved by somebody above them. This is all speculation, of course, but I do not think that the teams operate with such a high degree of autonomy from the company. I still take issue with Bobby Kotick being CEO of Activision Blizzard, especially since, I mean, he's the person who said that he wanted to take the fun out of making video games. And I believe in that measure he succeeded. The employees are miserable and the gamers are miserable. And that's about all I have to say about the comments regarding should you trust or not trust the company. So I'm not talking about teams, I am talking about the company as a whole, primarily its leaders, so the people way higher than teams. And now for some actually good news. With the quarterly update being out and being a bit more specific this time around, actually quite a bit more specific, we can see that the game will have seasons, i.e. league mechanics like in Path of Exile, which is of course a great thing. And they will be modeled after Diablo 3 seasons, which I'm not sure what they mean, because I'm pretty certain that they will not just be giving us a season where, I don't know, oh, there was one season in D3 where I believe you would randomly get some power for a specific amount of time, which would then do damage to enemies and disappear, and so on and so forth, which was not that game-changing or even interesting, as the recent seasons were, with the mythical items and the legendary gems, which were far more impactful and made the game far more interesting. Now, I believe that their intention, and I hope that their intention, is to build upon that and make even more interesting and varied seasons, which would be an awesome thing for a game like D4. It is confirmed that D4 will have a season pass. The only good thing about the season pass, which I like, is that it's purely cosmetics, and the things which are not cosmetics, so experience boosters, which will allow players to gain experience faster, will be in the free tier of the pass, which is once again a smart move on Blizzard's part. So I can say that while I still don't agree with them implementing a season pass, I can live with it. And please, again, keep in mind these are just my opinions. You don't have to agree with me if you like spending money on cosmetics, in spite of the fact that it's a paid game with payable DLCs and all that. Go right ahead. I mean, I couldn't stop you even if I wanted to. I'm just here to voice my opinion and possibly the opinions of like-minded people, and possibly to start a discussion about all this, and who knows, maybe we learn something new through healthy discourse. Okay, next thing on the list we have is the shop, which sells cosmetics for premium currency. So, as the name says, cosmetics are just that, purely visual. They do, some of them, which I have seen, do look cool. I just hope that they won't do what Path of Exile did, and I will be talking about that more in my Path of Exile review, which I didn't like. Namely, Path of Exile also, as most of you know, sells skins and cosmetics, and that's their primary source of income. In which case I can understand them, but I don't like that every unique and, well, actually any item in PoE looks quite ugly. Save for a few exceptions, I don't know, Starforge looks kind of cool to me, some weapons like that, but when it comes to chest pieces, they look mind-numbingly dull and ugly, which I believe is a psychological trick again on the part of grinding gear games to make you want to buy some cosmetics in order to make yourself look better. And I hope Diablo 4 doesn't do that, especially since we are going to be paying for all the content within the game. So while I disagree with the shop being present, it could have been a lot worse. So again, it is something I have no choice but to live with, since I would like the game to be good and I would like it to be successful. I'm just worried it won't. In the next part of this update, it says that the best looking cosmetics aren't exclusive to the shop. Okay, now this is a part that seems interesting. It says Diablo 4 will ship with hundreds of transmogs unlockable from drops in-game, including dozens of armor sets of the highest visual quality. And that's just what I was talking about, and this is what I hope to see in the game. There are incredible pieces, unique and legendary quality items for players to find without ever going to the shop. The shop offers more diversity of choices, not systematically better choices. This sounds amazing. I mean, if Wizard, if you do it like this, we got no problem. Seriously. I still take some issue with the shop, but it's negligible. I mean, people are free to purchase if they want, they don't have to, they'll get cool items from the game just by playing it. Okay, I can live with it. Then it definitely is just the player's choice whether or not they will or will not buy, which is a great thing. And the transmogs we purchase through the shop, this is an important note, will only be usable on characters of that same class. So you cannot buy a barbarian skin and put it on a wizard, or vice versa. But on the other hand, you can have 50 barbarians, and with that one purchase, the skin will be usable on all of the barbarian characters. That's another great thing, unlike Diablo Immortal, which I do understand is a completely different type of a game, but it does make you wonder. Just if Immortal affected D4 in some way. So that is cause for small concern, if you look at it from the Diablo Immortal player's perspective. But from what I see here, we have nothing to worry about. I will of course pin the link down below for anyone interested to read. And lastly, I just want to address once again the matter of does Activision Blizzard deserve our trust? For me, the answer is still no. It's not something that cannot be repaired. Trust is, as most of you know, hard to gain and easy to lose. So I believe that Activision Blizzard have done quite a few questionable things in their recent history, and that does make me lose a lot of trust in them, which does not mean that that trust cannot be restored. If they keep building upon what it seems like a good start with D4, that trust will be rebuilt. I will still have my reservations about Bobby Kotick, but if he lets the company operate like it should, then we have no problem. I'm always willing to give people a second chance. And especially since it is a huge company with lots of employees. I mean, I know they can't all be bad people. What happened in Blizzard is, at the very least, regrettable when it comes to their treatment of employees, which is one of the main reasons I distrust Activision leadership. Not Blizzard leadership, Activision Blizzard leadership. They had to know, and they have allowed for a culture like that to grow, and for me that is just reprehensible. And this is, for the most part, the main reason why they lost my trust. The other things, the predatory microtransactions and all that, those also did not work in Activision's favor, but they're not the primary reason for my distrust of them, because if you are able to treat people the way some employees in the company were treated, that is a big problem. And I have to ask myself, if you're willing to allow such abuse to occur in the workplace, why would you be above trying to steal my money away or lying? I mean, the option still remains that, okay, let's say Diablo 4 comes out and you can only buy cosmetics, okay? They fulfilled their promise, and then they say, and the new DLC is coming, and in this DLC we will be introducing a new mechanic which requires, I don't know, legendary gem A, XYZ, and you need to make a purchase, or not a purchase, you have to sacrifice a skin that you bought, for example, which would just be another layer within a layer of microtransactions. And I'm not saying that they're gonna do it, I'm just saying that it wouldn't be the first time a video game company did something like that, which would of course be met with severe backlash. I just hope that they have learned from their mistakes and that this will not happen. But from what I see in this quarterly update, it kind of gets me optimistic, and it gives me some hope that we will actually see a very decent game. So that's it for me. What are your thoughts? Are you going to pre-order Diablo 4 or not? If so, why? Let me hear you in the comments below, and see you later, enlightened ones.